Hi guys, I'm Adam Wilborn from WhatCulture.
And I'm Andy Murray from WhatCulture.
And coming up, a surprise appearance at AEW's All Out pay-per-view.
AEW's first ever women's title match has been confirmed.
The next AEW pay-per-view has been confirmed.
Another indie wrestler has joined, you guessed it, AEW.
And unfortunately, the first AEW departure has been announced. This is the news.
And of course, this is a very AEW heavy episode. All Out has just, a couple of hours ago finished broadcasting.
How are you feeling, by the way?
I feel like I sound. But it's been a great night of great wrestling with great friends, working for a great company.
I'm doing the Orange Cassidy thumbs up.
Hey, there we go. I'm going to chop you in slow motion and stuff. Anyway, the biggest story coming out of All Out, of course, is AEW crowning their first ever world champion in the main event. That man is Chris Jericho. He defeated Hangman Page in a heated match in which Jericho was busted open quite badly just above his eye here. There was all kinds of crazy moves. We saw Page go for a big flippy-dippy to the outside. Jericho countering by getting his knees up. Remarkable timing for a man of his age. Not necessarily the best match on the card, but in my eyes, the right world champion, the right moment to close the show on, with Jericho kind of smugly standing at the top of the ramp with a belt up here. Really great shot as he just kind of went, huh. I got a lot out of this.
Yeah, I'm inclined to agree with you. I was going into this thinking, I think it's time to pull the trigger on Page. But throughout that match, judging by crowd reaction, and I'm not saying that Page should never be world champion by any stretch of the imagination, I just got the sense that, Jericho would make more sense. It's far better to have someone chasing it going forward, whether that be Page or someone else. You've got lots of fascinating storylines weaving into it. Kenny Omega's losing streak, for example. And just in terms of the fact that we are, just over a month away from AEW's TV launch, and you're going to need some casual fans' attention for that. Yeah. And if you turn around to someone and say, Chris Jericho is the new world champion, I told my dad about this pay-per-view. He doesn't watch wrestling, but he said, who's on it? And I said, Chris Jericho, and he said, I've heard of him.
There you go.
So there you have it.
There you go.
And I think, the match itself was really entertaining. You got a code break out of nowhere. In the end, it was Jericho winning after a load of reversals between the two of them with the Judas effect.
Really
very
protected.
One. Really very protected, that finisher, isn't it? Now?
Yeah, it is. It is, and this was the best execution of it so far. It looked really stiff and nasty, so good stuff.
Also, if you get the chance, go and check out Chris Jericho immediately after winning the title, walking backstage and just being a git, as you would expect.
He's such a dick.
But let's talk a little bit more about All Out. We had a couple of surprise appearances, not the ones you're expecting. No Jon Moxley, no CM Punk. Not that took away from the show in any way, shape, or form. But we had Orange Cassidy appearing after the match between the Dark Order and Best Friend. He came out to help Trent and Chuck. But the biggest surprise appearance, I would say, is the fact that LAX appear to be in AEW. Now, they weren't called LAX, they were just called Santana and Ortiz, but they popped up after the Young Bucks had unsuccessfully challenged the Lucha Bros for their AAA World Tag Team Championships in that Escalada de la Muerte.
That'll do.
Something like that. It's been a long day.
Stairway to Hell or something like that.
Yes. Yeah. It was, they popped up post-match for a beatdown of, everyone who was knocking about, basically. Got a huge reaction from the crowd, and I think they're a great addition to a phenomenally stacked tag team division.
Wonderful addition. The division looks ridiculous at the moment. So far, AEW are really delivering on their promise to make tag wrestling a big thing, and I expect this to continue going forward. There's all kinds of exciting feuds, matches, and storylines from this wonderfully talented group of wrestlers, and I love the debut.
Speaking of loads of exciting feuds,
hey, let's roll over into the women's division. Last night, or tonight, I don't even know what's going on.
What day is it?
What week is this? What year am I living in? The women's division, we have the first ever women's title match confirmed for the October 2nd, the first episode of AEW on TNT. That match is Nyla Rose, who won the Casino Battle Royal, eliminating Britt Baker last with the help of Bea Priestley. Baker and Priestley continuing their feud. Nyla wins there, looked very impressive, did this incredible, weird, handstand kick on the apron to both Baker and Priestley. It looked amazing. She had a great performance. And then later on, we got Hikaru Shida versus Riho. Riho won there, and the interesting thing about that, of course, is that Nyla was originally pinned by Riho at Fyter Fest in their freeway. It was kind of like a surprising outcome. It was painted as this kind of opportunistic underdog win. So now she has a shot at revenge and the AEW Women's title.
Yeah, and they unveiled that title, which looks absolutely beautiful on the show as well, and very similar to the men's world title, which I think is the right kind of move to make there. I thought you were going to say, when you said surprising thing, I thought it was when they announced that Riho weighs 98 pounds.
She's goddamn tiny.
Nyla Rose is going to murder her.
Yeah, she might use her as a toothpick.
Do you know how many eliminations Nyla Rose got in that Casino Battle Royal?
I don't, but I bet it was
10.
Oh my goodness.
10 eliminations.
John Spears.
Murdered everyone. She destroyed the competition. She was quite rightly the winner of that Casino Battle Royale. And Riho is in a very different match to what we saw throughout the rest of the card, but no less entertaining. Yes, as you mentioned, Riho winning via roll-up, and they will face off against each other on the first TV episode for AEW to see who will be crowned the inaugural AEW Women's Champion. My money's on Nyla Rose, although, like you say, Riho has beaten her before. But we continue talking about AEW and the announcement that their next pay-per-view has been announced. It is going to be on the 9th of November in Baltimore, and it is going to be called AEW Full Gear. They are not, always... People compare them between them and WWE. And now both of them have named crap pay-per-views. So
it's a weird little name. On surface level, it sounds like something you'd name in your eFed in 1999, but at the same time, on Being the Elite, of course they have Full Gear ready. Hangman Page trying to get in shape, trying to get buff, trying to lose that puppy fat around the belly, something I could certainly benefit from doing. So maybe that'll tie into it as well. Maybe they're saying Full Gear as in Full Gear ready, but probably not.
Cogs on it. So.
Talking about cars and that, innit? Weird. Yeah, I mean, I don't really think we should break that down much more.
No, it's going to be on the 9th of November. Yeah. It's going to be a great card with a terrible name.
It's better than Great Balls of Fire. So.
But only just.
But not as funny, critically. Anyway, here's another new bit of news on an AEW signing. Last night on the buy-in pre-show, we saw this really weird vignette. Yeah. Rather sexy-looking man and his female partner were walking through a car park like Terminator, got set on by a bunch of dudes. This sexy man takes off his top, he's looking real buff, he's looking real jacked, beats them up, of course.
In slow-mo.
Yeah, it's really cool stuff. It's cheesy as hell, but really kind of funny and cool. Then you're sitting there, you're waiting, who is this guy? I don't recognize him, who is it? You're waiting for the name to come across the screen, and that name was Wardlow. Not exactly a superstar name popper there, but got some information on him. By got some information on him, I mean I have printed his cage match bio. 31 years old, 6'2", 249 pounds, wrestles primarily out of Philadelphia. Not a lot of mileage on the tank. Cage match only has 78 matches registered for him in total. But he's a big old dude, and there's not a lot of big old dudes on that AEW roster, so I think they will find a role for him immediately.
Yeah, he looks huge in this promo vignette thing, and yeah, I can anticipate him just becoming an absolute monster for AEW. But yeah, that name might need some work.
Yeah.
Wardlow.
Sounds like your accountant, doesn't it?
Doesn't strike fear into you as much as his missus taking his shirt off him when the people wanted some trouble in that vignette. Also, if you are going to jump someone, criminals, maybe don't attack them neck first like that last bloke did before he got choke-slammed to hell, basically. Let's move on to our final bit of news today, and a slightly disappointing note to end on, with the news that Kylie Rey is no longer part of the company's roster. Tony Khan revealing that AEW and Kylie Rey have come to an amicable release. Now, of course, Wrestling Observer reported back in July ongoing undisclosed medical issues. She was expected to return promptly. That didn't happen. She missed the match against Leva Bates on the pre-show of Fyter Fest. She hasn't wrestled since that fatal four-way match she took part in Double or Nothing. Now, she becomes the first contracted member of AEW to be released, but hopefully, if it is some sort of terrible medical issue, and we really hope it's not, and we obviously wish her well in her recovery, hopefully, whatever happens, she will still be able to work with AEW in the future, because it doesn't sound like, by any stretch of the imagination, those bridges have been burnt.
Yeah, this is a really difficult situation to break down. Kylie Rey, kind of the medical issue report surfaced, and there's been next to nothing since then. She has since deleted her Twitter account. There's been all kinds of speculation. Look, it's a news story, it's a major news story, so we have to cover it, but a lot of the speculation that's going online is really harmful. I think people just need to accept that something is happening with Kylie Rey and just leave her the hell alone, because it's speculation only makes things worse. It only attracts unwanted stuff to a wrestler who may not be in the best place at the moment. So best of luck to her with whatever happens next. A real shame. She could have been a real force in that AEW's women's division.
As I said, all of our thoughts here at WhatCulture Wrestling go out to Kylie Rey and wish her well in her recovery. Let's move on to your Twitter questions, though. First question today comes from Ant300, I think, who says, do you think giving the belt to Chris Jericho is giving the AEW Championship belt more prestige?
Yep, familiar name, someone everyone knows, a recognizable figure to lead them through their first few months of TV. Big thumbs up from me.
What he said.
Hey.
Second question today, as I said, always tweet them to us at WhatCulture WWE, comes from, well, Darth Raptor 22, but whose name is Mince Vukman, who says, I think Cesaro would be a great fit as a permanent member of NXT UK. Your thoughts?
Hearing great things about his match with Ilya Dragunov. Haven't been able to see it yet because I was watching Royal Quest to cover for the website. But yeah, I mean, he's clearly not going to be a pushed commodity on Raw. Why the hell not? I think he'd be a great vanguard for that show.
Yeah, I completely agree, and I'd like to see more main roster people. We always say this, go to NXT, and go to NXT UK as well, because, you know, I think it only elevates that roster and gets more eyes on the product. By all accounts, though, yeah, NXT UK takeover, a real surprise
Heard
hit.
it was awesome.
Yeah, definitely go and check that out.
Can't wait to watch it.
Final question today comes from Ivan Garcia. Slightly off topic this, but it says, don't you think that the best King of the Ring winner is Andrade and then join King Andrade with Charlotte, the Queen, just because WWE loves that sort of thing?
That's class. I love it. I have nothing more to add.
I mean, you would be right if it wasn't for King Corbin, but you know, thanks for playing. I love Andrade. He was one of most people's picks when we first saw the lineup for that tournament. But the way WWE is and the way they change things on the fly, I don't think even they know who the King of the Ring winner is. I saw some speculation. Someone told me the other day that they might just make Chad Gable it because it'd be funny if the crown doesn't quite fit and the gown's a little bit too long. And
really short.
I understand WWE, that's a joke they love to make. So who knows?
Hey, you know what's a really good idea if you're trying to get someone over? It is highlighting over and over again literally the only weakness that guy has as a performer. And works every time.
And then when your fiery babyface is there saying, I'm going to go out there and win this King of the Ring tournament, someone comes along and slags him off, and he doesn't turn around and say, well, I'll show you, I'll see you out there, mate. What he does is he looks like this. Just wants a hug. That really, come on! I want to support that guy.
Come on, WWE.
Right, let's move on to today's and finally. And you haven't seen this yet, have you?
I haven't, but I warn you.
I've been sent this a lot.
It hurts me to laugh, so it better not be funny.
Well, it is. I do apologise. And of course, it's funny. It's WWE. It's Xavier Woods. He is just banter personified, and he's suffering with a bit of a knee injury. He's been attacked recently, of course, but that hasn't stopped him from having fun with his friend, the Michael Mosley, not Big E, as some people have been suggesting. He tweeted, so this is a thing, #DragonCon. Of course, a lot of people cosplaying up for DragonCon. Xavier Woods, known for his dabbles in that sort of thing, and here he is with his best mate. Just.
Oh no, is this what I think? Oh, Jesus. Oh God. Oh my goodness. Brother, I'm dying. Jesus.
That truly is iconic! Hang on. Orange Cassidy. Spectacular work there. Xavier Woods. Right, let us know your thoughts on that and all of today's news stories in the comments section below. And don't forget to like, share, and subscribe. And subscribe to WhatCulture Wrestling for daily wrestling podcasts. You can go and listen to our full-length review. Myself and Adam Nicholas talking all about what happened at AEW's All Out pay-per-view. Watch there on Twitter. Follow myself and him. You can follow all of us at WhatCulture WWE. You can follow him at... Andy H. Murray. The H stands for...
Horlicks.
You can follow me at Adam Wilborn. You can follow us all at WhatCulture WWE. My thanks to Andy Murray. we're off to sleep, aren't we now?
Together.
Together. Thank you for watching, and we will see you soon.